It's game day in a windy city, and the energy couldn't be higher. Monday Night Football has finally arrived, and Bears fans are counting down the hours, the minutes, heck, even the seconds, until kickoff. The buzz around this matchup isn't just your average pregame hype. No, this one carries weight. Chicago is stepping into the spotlight against the Minnesota Vikings, and all eyes are zeroed in on one man, Caleb Williams. The rookie quarterback, the presumed future of the franchise, has been the topic of endless speculation, praise, and pressure. Tonight, he gets to let his play do the talking. Now, before we dive into what Caleb and the Bears have to do to get the job done, let's break down where things stand health-wise. And unfortunately, it's not all sunshine and rainbows on the injury front. One of the biggest question marks heading into this game is linebacker T.J. Edwards. Listed as doubtful, it's pretty much a long shot he plays. In fact, doubtful in today's NFL is practically a fancier way of saying out. Don't expect to see him suit up, and honestly, don't even expect a pregame workout. It looks like Chicago is planning to roll without him and possibly save him for next week's showdown with Detroit. With Edwards likely sidelined, Ruben Hippolyte is expected to see more snaps, as confirmed by the coaching staff. While he's not a household name, Hippolyte will have to step up in a major way, especially against a Vikings offense that's proven it can be explosive even without some of its key weapons. But the real anxiety among Bears fans is centered around the status of the cornerbacks. Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon are both questionable, and that's a massive concern when you're preparing to face a wide receiver like Justin Jefferson. If either one of them can't go, Chicago's secondary takes a huge hit, not just in talent, but in depth. No Jalen Johnson? Good luck trying to lock down Jefferson. No Kyler Gordon? That's another hole in the coverage, potentially forcing guys like Tariq Stevenson, Josh Blackwell, or even Nick McLeod into high-leverage roles they may not be ready for. And let's be honest, facing Jefferson is not the time to test your depth chart. If there's a silver lining, it's that there's slightly more optimism around Jalen Johnson than Kyler Gordon. Gordon popped up late on the injury report with a hamstring issue, which often isn't a great sign. Johnson, on the other hand, has been fighting through his ailment and might just gut it out. But again, even if he does suit up, how close to 100% will he really be? Now flipping to Minnesota's side, they've got a major absence of their own. Veteran safety Harrison Smith has been officially ruled out and didn't even make the trip to Chicago. That's a huge blow for the Vikings defense. Smith isn't just another player. He's their emotional leader, their field general, and one of the most experienced guys in the secondary. With him out, expect Theo Jackson to step into the starting role. He's a capable player, but let's not pretend this isn't a downgrade. If Chicago's offense is going to take advantage of anything tonight, it's that weakened back end. A few other Vikings are also sidelined, Elijah Williams and Xavier Scott, but those are deeper roster guys, not game changers. The real name to watch, though, is Christian Darrisaw. The star left tackle is officially questionable as he continues to recover from a major knee injury. 9 months removed from an ACL and MCL tear, Darrisaw has been practicing on a limited basis. The Vikings tend to be ultra cautious with their stars, and even if he's pushing a play, the coaching staff might hold him back. If he's out, that's a big win for Chicago's pass rush. His replacement, Justin Skule, is serviceable, but let's not kid ourselves, he's not Darrisaw. So, what do the Bears need to do to pull off this win? It starts with one thing: figuring out how to beat the blitz. Minnesota defensive coordinator Brian Flores loves to bring pressure, and he doesn't hide it. His blitz packages are aggressive, creative, and relentless. But here's the good news for Chicago. Ben Johnson, now calling the shots for the Bears offense, has a solid track record against Flores. Back when he was in Detroit, Johnson's offense went 4 for 4 against Flores-led defenses, averaging over 30 points per game and nearly 400 yards of total offense. That's not a fluke, that's a blueprint. Of course, this isn't the Lions. This is a new quarterback, a new offensive line, and a lot of moving parts. Still, Johnson knows how to build answers into his play designs. Caleb Williams should have outlets. He should have quick reads. He should have opportunities to punish the blitz if he recognizes it in time and gets the ball out fast enough. And that's going to be the real test. Last season, Caleb had a habit of holding onto the football too long. In the preseason this year, we saw signs of improvement. His average time to throw dropped to 2.85 seconds, down from over 3 seconds last year. It might not seem like a lot, but in the NFL, a half second is the difference between a clean pass and a sack fumble. If Caleb can stay under 3 seconds tonight, it's a good sign. That said, it's going to take a total team effort. The offensive line has to hold up, especially on the left side, where Braxton Jones will be dealing with the likes of Jonathan Greenid and Andrew Van Ginkel. Those are dangerous matchups. Protection schemes have to be sound. Running backs need to pick up blitzers. And most of all, Caleb has to stay poised. You can't afford happy feet against a Brian Flores defense. You got to stand tall, read the field, and rip it. But blitz beating isn't the only key. The Bears also need to take advantage of Minnesota's vulnerabilities against the run, specifically up the middle. The Vikings traded away their most physical interior lineman during the offseason. And while they've got some decent rotational guys, it's not the same level of resistance they had last year. The middle of that defense is soft, and that's where the Bears need to hit them, again and again. DeAndre Swift should get plenty of touches, especially early, to test that interior. And don't be surprised to see rookie Kyle Manengai get a good share of carries too. Both guys can work between the tackles. And if Chicago's interior offensive line, Joe Thuney, Drew Dalman, and Jonah Jackson, can generate a consistent push, the Bears will control the pace of the game. Then there's the big play potential. With Harrison Smith out and Minnesota's secondary rotating in less experienced players, Chicago has to take some shots downfield. DJ Moore, Rome O'Duns, Cole Katie, Luther Burden. This receiving group has juice. And if the run game and screen game can keep Minnesota's defense honest, there will be moments for Caleb to look deep. Not every throw has to be a home run, but the Bears need a few explosive plays to stretch the defense and shift momentum. Of course, we can't forget the other side of the ball. The Bears' defense has their own set of challenges, and none bigger than stopping Justin Jefferson. The superstar wide receiver is as lethal as they come, and if Jalen Johnson isn't healthy, or worse, doesn't play, it could be a long night for Chicago's secondary. You can't let Jefferson run wild. You have to reroute him, double him, bracket him, whatever it takes to disrupt his rhythm. He's going to get his yards, no doubt about it, but you can't let him single-handedly take over the game. And with Jordan Addison ruled out, the Vikings' receiving core isn't as deep. Adam Thielen is back, and he's reliable, but he doesn't have that same game-breaking speed. Jalen Naylor might get some looks, but he's still raw. Chicago has to be willing to let those guys try to beat them while throwing everything they've got at Jefferson. The final piece of the puzzle? Containing J.J. McCarthy. The young quarterback has shown flashes of athleticism and poise, but right now, he's most dangerous when he breaks the pocket. You want to force him to play traditional quarterback. Make him stay in the pocket. Make him go through progressions. If he starts scrambling and making plays off script, that's when things get dicey. Rush lane integrity will be critical. Guys like Montez Sweat and Deo Odiingbo have to be disciplined. Don't give him escape lanes. Maybe throw in a quarterback spy, someone like Tremaine Edmonds or Ruben Hiplight, just to keep McCarthy honest. If you can keep him contained and force him to beat you from the pocket, that's a win for the Bears. If the first half of this matchup is about handling pressure and executing the basics, the second half is going to come down to poise, endurance, and playmaking when it matters most. This is where legends start to build their resumes and where teams show whether they're truly contenders or just pretenders. For the Chicago Bears, this is about more than just one win. It's about setting a tone, proving to the rest of the league, and maybe even to themselves, that they are done being the punching bag. No more excuses, no more collapses, no more almosts. The second half of tonight's game is where this team has to find its edge and lean into it. Let's talk about what that looks like, starting with the quarterback. If Caleb Williams has a strong first 2 quarters, the Bears can't afford to go conservative in the second half. Too often last season, and really in the last few years, this team has played scared with a lead. They get up by a score or two, and instead of stepping on the gas, they start protecting the lead. That mindset doesn't work in today's NFL. You don't win games in this league by playing not to lose. You win by staying aggressive, adapting to what the defense gives you, and trusting your playmakers to finish the job. Caleb has the arm talent, he has the mobility, and if his head is in the right place, he has the instincts to thrive in crunch time. What we're going to find out tonight is whether he has the leadership. Can he command the huddle when the game is on the line? Can he bounce back from a bad series and stay locked in? Can he deliver in the fourth quarter when the game speeds up and the pressure gets heavier? These are the moments that separate quarterbacks in this league. They don't have to be perfect for 60 minutes. But when the moment comes and you need that one throw, that one play, that one drive, you better have the guy who could deliver. And speaking of guys who can deliver, the Bears offense has no shortage of weapons. This group is deeper and more dynamic than anything Chicago has rolled out in recent memory. DJ Moore is a legitimate number one receiver. Rome Odunze brings that rare combination of size, speed, and body control that can cause real problems for defenders, especially when matched up against second-string corners. Then you've got the security blankets, Cole Kmet working the seams, DeAndre Swift leaking out of the backfield, and even Luther Burden flashing that big play ability on jet sweeps or deep overs. These aren't just names. These are players who can turn a 5-yard slant into a 50-yard touchdown if the ball is placed right and the timing is clean. The Bears cannot waste these weapons by getting overly cautious late in the game. If Minnesota starts bringing more heat in the second half, Chicago needs to counter that with creativity, not fear. Mix in screens, misdirection, delayed draws, and motion-heavy formations that keep the defense guessing. Spread them out, create favorable matchups, and let Caleb cook. If there's a busted coverage or a mismatch, say a linebacker trying to cover Swift in the flat, capitalize on it. This is where Ben Johnson's experience and creativity come into play. The game plan can't be static. It has to evolve as the game evolves. And if special teams come into play, don't be surprised. A missed kick or a blown coverage on a return can flip the momentum of a game like this in a heartbeat. The Bears need clean snaps, accurate kicks, and disciplined coverage. Hidden yardage matters. Field position could be the deciding factor in the final minutes. You win close games by winning those small battles. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers are already circulating across sports circles, and the latest one involves none other than legendary broadcaster Joe Buck. Known for his crisp commentary and high-profile presence in the NFL, Buck has reportedly made some pointed remarks about the Chicago Bears. And let's just say, it hasn't gone unnoticed. While Buck has never shied away from expressing opinions on players and teams, sources suggest that his latest commentary crossed a line, sparking heated discussions among fans, analysts, and former players alike. According to insiders, Buck allegedly criticized the Bears' performance in recent seasons, questioning both their strategy and on-field execution. Although the exact words remain murky, the gist seems clear. Buck is far from impressed with what he's seen from the Windy City franchise. This revelation, whether taken as an honest critique or a controversial jab, has set the sports world ablaze. Bears fans, known for their fierce loyalty, have already taken to social media to defend their team, with hashtags trending and comment threads filling with heated debate. Some argue that Buck is simply being brutally honest, the kind of forthright assessment that viewers have come to expect from him. Others see it as unnecessary provocation, the kind of commentary that adds fuel to already simmering frustrations around a team struggling to find consistency. The timing of Buck's remarks couldn't be more provocative. The Bears are entering a critical stretch of the season, and with injuries, roster questions, and mounting pressure on the coaching staff, every comment from a high-profile figure carries weight. Rumor has it that internal conversations within the Bears organization have already touched on Buck's critique, though none have been confirmed publicly. Meanwhile, sports talk shows are buzzing, pundits are dissecting every possible angle, and casual fans are wondering if this is just another media storyline or a spark that could ignite real consequences. As always, Joe Buck's words are likely to linger in headlines and water cooler conversations for days. Whether they will motivate the Bears, anger them, or simply serve as entertainment for the sports-watching public remains to be seen. One thing, however, is certain. When Buck speaks, the league listens. And for now, the Bears find themselves at the center of his latest controversial spotlight. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.